We're good to go, I think.
Okay. Welcome back to the First of the Worst podcast. I'm Brendan Murphy.
And I'm Steve Arendis.
And we are going to talk about everyone's least favorite part of the meal today. In our least favorite part of the meal. Least favorite part of most meals.
Vegetables.
They're not
the worst.
they're not great. I mean, they're many of them are quite tasty. Usually if they're auxiliary or combined with something else.
Yeah, I don't mean vegetables aren't a meal.
No, a salad is not a meal unless it has meat on it.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
That has long been established. And even then, like I could have a chicken Caesar salad as a side with a meal with meat.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's not really even a meal.
And even if like you're having a quote unquote meal without meat, like it's usually because it's like pizza.
Yes, that's the only meal without meat.
There's
and
like bread. There's a lot of
worse.
bread. Right? Like there's a lot of bread and stuff and cheese. Like if you're having a meal without meat. So
the list is the 10 best vegetables. I guess I'll get going with it.
Well, before we DQ'd potatoes.
Oh, we should say the potatoes.
We decided they were a starch.
I have to ask. I didn't put them on here. I don't even like them that much. But did you also include that the sweet potatoes?
No, I assume that was the same thing as potatoes. I like regular potatoes more than sweet potatoes anyway.
Yeah, sweet potatoes suck. But I was kind of curious if they were encompassed.
Yeah, and then I guess it was kind of I've done like the old court rule for pornography, right? Like a vegetable, I know it when I see it.
You know when you see it, which is important because when I looked this up on Wikipedia, there are a lot of things that they consider to be fruit that are vegetables.
There's a lot of things that like people like have different definitions of depending on where you go. So it's kind of how we perceive them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for one, it not to give any spoilers, but it is on my list. Tomatoes to me count as the vegetable still.
They're a vegetable to me too.
All right. Well, maybe we'll get into that a little more when we cross that bridge.
Right, let's start it up.
My number 10, and this is a trendy one. I feel like kind of an asshole putting it on here.
Oh, I have one of those on my list.
It's such a Randolph Street vegetable. You know, like they try to make it taste good, and it is. I mean, like,
does it involve bacon and garlic a lot when they try to make it taste good?
It always seems to involve bacon. It always, and you know, bacon makes a lot of things taste good that are bad.
Yeah. Well, what is it first?
Oh, it's Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, that's what I figured. There's a Portlandia episode, with Steve Buscemi, and he like is he works for this as an agent in this vegetable conglomerate, and his job is everybody else is like Brussels sprouts are skyrocketing, and that guy's getting all the Brussels sprouts guy's getting all this praise, asparagus, like all these other ones, and he's celery.
That's rough.
And he's like depressed at a bar because he's gonna lose his job one night, and he bumps into Brussels sprouts, and Brussels sprouts hands him a card, like a guy's card, and tells him to call, and it just says bacon on it. It's great. Yeah, but like I can't believe like Brussels sprouts are on my list too. I can't believe it. If you told young
they're
me
like
this.
they're the it vegetable. I mean, kale's pretty hot right now.
I usually don't like the it vegetable, but Brussels sprouts, people have figured out a way to make them good. I feel like that we didn't know about like 15 years ago.
They also kind of had so Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and lima beans, I think, are the most derided vegetables. Like in terms of cliches, like the worst thing you can get from the lunchroom is broccoli or Brussels sprouts or lima beans, or your punishment is you got to eat lima beans or things like that.
My dad hates lima beans. It's like his least favorite food.
They're disgusting. They're terrible. But I don't think that Brussels sprouts are that bad. I mean, even plain, it's flavorless, like pretty much every single vegetable.
I made Brussels sprouts in the last week on a grill.
Oh, see, I've never cooked a vegetable that isn't in a frozen situation.
Nah, I cook them on grills while I'm cooking meat next to it.
I mean, that's I didn't really see that as a way to eat to cook Brussels sprouts, but makes sense. Do you use
with like
tinfoil?
Garlic. Yeah, tinfoil. A lot of garlic, and like olive oil.
This is our first food podcast.
Well, I think we did
Oh no,
McDonald's.
McDonald's. This is a little different.
It's the foodie hour.
It's the foodie hour, which, by the way, I have a theory on foodies. You have to cook a lot to be a foodie. You can't just eat. Then you're just an aspiring fat person. Like if you just go to a lot of really nice restaurants, that doesn't make you a foodie. That just makes you rich and potentially overweight.
I like that. I like that theory.
And also, I hate when people self-identify as foodies.
Yeah, I
always say I'm a drinky because I love to get drunk. But maybe I don't brew my own beer, so maybe I can't be one.
No, I don't know if you can. You're just a drunk.
I'm just a drunk.
All right. I'll get to my number 10 and number 9. My number 10 is carrots.
Solid.
I don't like them really. I prefer baby carrots, which I don't think are actually different than carrots. I think they're just like cut and cleaned differently.
They're way easier to eat.
They're not that good. Like the only time I ever eat carrots really is like if I'm somewhere and I'm hungry and all it's there is like a veggie platter.
What about like a baby carrot when it's like kind of like boiled and soft and like mushy?
No, I don't like soft carrots at all.
I like that. I think they're pretty good.
I think it's disgusting when they're soft. So I only basically eat carrots when I'm eating buffalo wings, and like carrots and celery come on the side from Buffalo Wild Wings.
And only because you need a break from the flavor.
and I just cake them in blue cheese.
Blue cheese, your condiment of choice.
Yeah.
What is wait, is it no ranch is the one you hate? What's the ranch thing?
Ranch is a white trash condiment.
Right, white trash ranch. But blue cheese and ranch are at least cousins.
No way. Blue cheese is so classy. You can spell it EU like it's French and shit.
Yeah. But it goes on buffalo wings.
Yeah, it goes on salad.
Never have they been confused with class.
That's true, but at least you're making the right decision if you use blue cheese on your buffalo wings and not ranch.
So yeah, ranch and jeans without pockets. That's the other
jeans
one.
Without pockets for girls.
For girls.
I have a lot of them actually. I just can't think of them. The things that I just think are weird and trashy. I should just one day make a side list and mention those. But yeah, jeans without pockets for girls. Any like really thick soled shoes for girls, not wedges, but like where the front's foot tall too.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Are those called platforms?
I don't know, something like that. Those are brutal. Like, if the only thing you use ranch on is a salad, I can accept it. But when you're like dipping pizza in it, it's all over.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't even know how I feel about garlic butter. We have a very strange relationship, garlic butter and I do. Some days I really enjoy it with my pizza. Some days it literally makes me sick to my stomach.
Only thing I put on pizza are Parmesan and like crushed red peppers.
Okay. Crushed red peppers are not a vegetable, but
well, maybe.
I mean,
they kind of come from a vegetable.
They at least the name does.
I don't know what they actually are. I have no clue what crushed red peppers actually are.
They're made in a factory in like Cedar Rapids or something.
All right. On to my number 9, which is almost somehow less exciting than carrots. It's iceberg lettuce, specifically iceberg lettuce, which is the trashiest lettuce, but also my favorite lettuce.
Well, yeah, I mean, like leafy green spinachy lettuce is like the classy lettuce, but it's not
greens and stuff.
It has no utility.
Yeah, well, the best part about iceberg lettuce is that you don't really taste it, and you taste like the good stuff that's on the salad when you have iceberg lettuce.
It is the base of a lot of delicious salads.
Wedge salad, steakhouse wedge salad, boom. That's what I get. That's where the iceberg lettuce shines for me.
I didn't put any lettuce on my list. I went back and forth. It's the water of food. It brings nothing to the table except everything.
Yeah, I mean, I read that competitive eaters use iceberg lettuce to train. They like eat heads of lettuce because it like fills up their.
So disgusting.
It fills up their stomach, but has like no calories.
Interesting.
Stretches the stomach out for my next career. All right, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is okay. So there are like a couple variations of this. There are like snow peas. There are like sweet peas.
Oh no, this is my least favorite food in the world.
I just want peas.
I hate peas so much. They're like little flavor crystals. Like when you bite into them, they explode like terrible flavor into your mouth.
I'm not gonna like champion them. I also find that they seem to go. My mom always talks about how casseroles are this like kind of Catholic cultural thing. Casseroles are disgusting. However, in the disgusting casseroles, there's often peas. And I don't really know that I'm selling this very well, but that's the only time that peas I'm like okay to me. Like
I've not had a lot of casseroles in my life.
I wouldn't say that like you're missing out.
I've had ones that were just like basically like cheese and potatoes though. It seems pretty good.
I grew up on tuna casserole, which I actually love, but
that sounds repulsive.
No one else really enjoys it. But then I discovered the tuna helper is way easier to make. So now I just do that.
I wish I liked tuna. It feels like it's an easy thing to make. That's probably not the worst thing in the world to eat.
Yeah, I mean, until you put like 8 million egg noodles and cream of mushroom soup and cheese and all this crazy shit in it. And it's a little different.
I mean, isn't lasagna kind of just a casserole?
Yeah, lasagna is just the best casserole.
It's the best casserole.
It's just the best casserole. It might even be the original casserole.
It might be. All right, so what's your number 8?
Number 9 is peas. Have any overlap there? My number 8 is I'm having a hard time toggling between our window. So I actually get to look at Steve's beautiful face but my list is in another window, hence the delay. Very interesting nugget to all our listeners. My number 8 is squash.
Squash. Gross.
And
You're so white.
It was in a category of vegetables that I found to be kind of funny because it was in gourds on the page I looked at. And it also included pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin's a squash.
Pumpkin's a squash.
Yeah, you can go get some lattes.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think that.
Is there a specific kind of squash that you
I like yellow squash. Is it all yellow?
I don't know, man. I hate all squash. All pumpkin. I hate all that.
I think it's pretty good. So, it's squishy. I like it. I don't like raw vegetables really at all. Like my number 1 on this list is something that if it's raw, it's kind of disgusting. And if it's cooked, it's kind of amazing. So,
yes, my wife always tries to get us to buy like spaghetti squash and like butternut squash, and I'm just not having it.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what the difference is between all of those.
I ate spaghetti squash once, and I felt so bad afterwards. So it might have been a fluke, but that's what it is in my head.
It's like the same reason I can never drink vodka after I threw up on the stairs at Nathan Palmer's house when I was 17. I think vodka's disgusting still. But I will drink whiskey like it is going like there's a limited supply and I need to drink it all before it goes away.
Vodka's really just for like foofy drinks.
And Russians.
Yeah, if you drink it straight.
Yeah. But I don't understand why you would ever drink vodka straight over just drinking whiskey.
You're Russian. That's the answer.
Yeah. Or you're like at the bottom of the barrel as an alcoholic. Like you're drinking like Dimitrinov vodka. That's like the end. Pop off. Yeah. That's like the end.
Yeah.
That's like you're like gonna live 6 months or get into the program.
That's when you're just like hiding vodka bottles like around your house.
Yeah.
At least that's what it is in movies.
Generally drinking liquor out of a plastic bottle. Not great. Although that one purple vodka it's not Sky, is it?
Purple.
It's not, the actual color is not purple. It's a purple bottle.
Sky comes in like a dark blue bottle.
Okay, no, that's not what it is. I don't know what the brand is. That's like a nicer brand of vodka or a medium shelf brand of vodka, and but it comes in a plastic.
Really?
Comes in like a 2-liter. Like,
all right. I'll get into my number 8 now. It is maybe becoming a trendy vegetable. I don't know. Maybe next man up, cauliflower.
I think cauliflower is trending upward.
It's actually kind of one of my go-tos on the generic veggie dip platter. I feel like nobody else eats it.
No, because it's disgusting when it's not cooked.
It's way better cooked though.
Yeah.
You can get like mashed cauliflower. This kind of just tastes like mashed potatoes, which is really just my loophole to talk about potatoes on here.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like if you're on a diet and want to pretend like you're eating potatoes, but I mean it's nowhere near as good.
Yeah, I had some roasted cauliflower the other night at a restaurant with like caked in manchego cheese, and it was like burned on it, and it was really good. But I mean, if you cake anything in cheese, it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, I mean everything on these lists, you're really just looking at the things that that exist as part. They're part of the team, but they're not necessarily the star player of the meal. You know, like what you just said. The cheese is a star player of that particular dish.
Yeah, for sure. It's what if it was just the cauliflower, I wouldn't have enjoyed it. No. It needs to be surrounded by good complementary players.
Yeah,
it's not going to win by itself.
No.
All right, my number 7 then is green beans, which I consider a vegetable. Even though I was thinking about this, and I feel like some beans I don't consider vegetables, but green beans I do.
But to me, that was not one of the ones I even had pause about. They're a vegetable to me.
Yeah, but like black beans and pinto beans are just like beans. It's like something else. I don't, at least to me.
Like, okay, like in terms of like the way they taste, I mean, like, or like the consistency of them, like a broccoli, like the stem of a broccoli versus like a green bean is pretty similar. No?
Green beans kind of like asparagus if asparagus didn't smell gross and make your pee stink.
Speaking of trendy vegetables.
That would be on a downswing now, though. Asparagus might have like passed its peak. I need to create a full diagram of the trendy vegetable.
I mean, asparagus is well, I don't want to give away things.
Okay,
actually, it actually did not make my list.
It didn't make mine either. So if you want to talk,
so we can talk about asparagus then. It's when I try to cook a girl dinner, I always cook asparagus because it's the easiest thing to cook. It's a fresh vegetable. You can just put it in the oven for 20 minutes and you're good.
Yeah, it's gross. There's nothing worse than going to a wedding that served asparagus and then you're like drunk like at like 11:30 and you have to go pee and the bathroom just smells repulsive. I get so bad when it's asparagus served at weddings.
That entire scenario never crossed my mind.
Oh, I've been there and it's gross.
Oh no. I mean, like the percentage of people who could like take all of those circumstances and really kind of figure out what happened is very minimal. You're kind of a genius.
That's why I like green beans. Doesn't get that, and sometimes you get like fried. You ever get like fried green beans?
Yeah,
like,
they're
awesome. Somewhere they're awesome.
Yeah,
but I mean they're fried. What are you gonna do? Sometimes they like crispy like green beans with like garlic. Is like that's not bad either.
And they throw some like onion straws in there.
Yeah. There's always onion straws in there. Yeah. All right, man. What's your number 7?
My number 7 is onions. But this, of all the vegetables on this list, is the one that I despise raw. But when cooked, it's pretty delicious. I mean, I think of like onions, like grilled ballpark onions.
Oh yeah, like grilled onions on like a burger or like a hot dog.
Yeah, those are amazing.
Onion rings.
Onion rings were a real feather in the cap.
Yeah, onions. Onions are good. Yeah, but you can't just like. There's only one kind of. I'll talk about it later. There's a specific kind of onion I can eat straight.
Yeah, there's that doesn't exist. I mean, like if I accidentally bite into it in a salad, I won't throw up.
I don't mind a little bit of onions in a salad, but a lot of times they overpower it. And like certain like red onions, I can't eat a red onion raw.
Oh no! Well, then that's the one that's most commonly put in salads. I would
because it gives it color too, and they're like so potent. Yeah. All right, man. What's your number 6?
Carrots, which we discussed. I like them boiled. You know, like softer. You do not.
No.
The thing with carrots that they don't actually have like part of any like awesome dish. You know, like when
People
I just
haven't
laid out with
figured out
onions.
carrots yet. They haven't like figured it out, right? There's not like bacon and carrots.
No, there isn't. Like the best carrot dish I've ever had is like brown sugar and carrots, and it's like sweet and kind of good.
Yeah, they haven't cracked the code on carrots.
So maybe carrots have a lot of upside still.
Maybe. I think they're. I mean, if I look at the things that I've even said, I'll eat them raw sometimes. You said you don't eat anything raw though.
Oh no, carrots are I don't prefer to eat any of these things raw, but carrots are the one that I'm most likely to eat raw.
Yeah.
They're also just like a common snack food that doesn't get you fatter.
Yeah, well, until you just like coat them in ranch.
Oh yeah. We're ranch free over here at 3410 North Lakeshore.
Yeah, no, I don't allow ranch in my house. I mean, you can like bring any other kind of dressing you want. That's fine. No ranch. All right. What number are we on?
6. Also, it's funny that we keep alluding to salads. Like we're just like constantly eating salads. Like that's all we eat is salads. I probably have like
that's like where I get my
3 salads a week, which is not an unhealthy amount. But
you eat more salads than me.
But never at home because I don't go to the trouble of making them.
Sometimes my wife will make them. But now that she's like really pregnant, I kind of cook a little more, so there's a lot less salads in our life.
What are your dishes? What have you been cooking?
I cook a lot, man. Actually, I can cook. I can kind of cook. Why? Like I said the other day, I grilled up some chicken legs with Brussels sprouts on the side, really garlicky Brussels sprouts. I mean, I make pasta. I make pizza.
That one night I came over to your house to drop something off, and you and Jess were having like such a cute couples meal while you were watching a Thursday night football.
We were like making pizza.
You were making pizza bagels.
Oh yeah. Well,
it was
something like that.
It was just so adorable.
I make fried rice. That's one of my go-to meals to make.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually not hard at all. It's super
okay
easy.
because it sounds kind of hard.
It does until somebody showed me how. I saw somebody make it once. I was like, oh, what? But I only make it. You have to have like leftover rice. You're not supposed to use fresh rice. So like when I order like Thai food or something, I'll just like order like an extra side of rice and just like throw it in the fridge and like make fried rice with it a week later. But like you buy it, it's like an extra like $1.50 to get the extra side of white rice.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you could just buy fried rice from the place originally.
Oh, but when I make it, it's better.
Okay.
But like when I get the Thai food, I get like pad Thai or whatever and just house noodles.
And not all Thai places are gonna have fried rice.
Yeah, for sure. And then I can make it with whatever I want. Any meat I got laying around. Or tofu. I can make tofu good in fried rice.
Tofu?
Yeah, it's got to be extra firm, though. And then you got to like really put like a lot of like sriracha on it when you're like frying it up.
Listen to you.
Yeah, I can cook. It's a secret thing about me.
You're an Italian.
Yeah, I mean, I can make like lasagna and stuff too, right?
My oldest brother is a great cook. And when I get motivated to make a nice meal, I have him just do the menu. Just, this is what you're cooking.
He just tells you what to do. And like,
and the only time I'm motivated to do that is to impress a woman.
But yeah, for sure. For sure. So when I lived alone, I never really cooked because like, why? It's not really worth it.
Yeah. I mean, I will say like tomorrow, the Bulls playoff series starts and I'll probably cook something nice and Sean will come home. And so maybe on occasion I'll cook for the two of us. He'll come home from a hard day at work, put down his briefcase, have a scotch. I'll be in there, my apron on.
God forbid the meal's not ready when he gets home.
God forbid. He had a hard day.
Was there a Seinfeld where that happened where like Jerry had like cooked Kramer, like had like he didn't cook it, he like bought fried chicken. And when Kramer was fake working at some job and he came home late and Jerry was sitting in the dark with the meal on the table in front of him.
Was that the Kenny Rogers chicken episode?
I don't know. No, it was the one where Kramer worked at a job. Like he had like a fake job that didn't even hire him. And he opened his briefcase and it was just like a thing of like saltine crackers in it. Like, what do you even have in your briefcase? All right. So that was your number 6?
My number 6.
All right. So I'm on 6 now, right? Or did you do your 6th?
I did 6. I did onions before that. So I went 1. Yeah, you're up on 6.
All right. Cucumbers.
Did not make the cut for me.
Cucumbers, I don't know. They're like fresh tasting.
Yeah, refreshing almost would be a good word for cucumbers.
Sometimes you go to like a spa, we got cucumbers in the water.
I do like that.
Good cucumber water.
Yeah.
Good cucumber water. And
Just
cucumber salad's
touches.
good. Cucumber salad's good, which is just like what? Greek yogurt and cucumbers and like dill.
It's big in the Mediterranean foods.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So are olives, though, and olives are horrible.
Oh, yes. We agree on that for sure.
Yeah, I hate olives. All of them.
Every kind. I've never had an olive that didn't make me want to gag.
Exactly. Like I said, onions in a salad, I could like kind of it could pass.
No,
like, olives
no.
cannot pass. Like if you order olives on pizza, you have made me so angry.
I can't eat it.
It's very offensive.
Yeah, I get really mad. Also, if, like I order nachos at some place and olives come on it.
Yeah, what is that about?
I don't know. I've been to Mexican restaurants. Don't put olives on stuff. That's like a bar thing.
It is. Nachos are kind of a white trash food, by the way.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, they might be. They're in like the ranch category of just white trash things.
The only thing more white trash than nachos are like when people put nacho fixins on French fries.
Ugh.
You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever seen that like on menus? Like they call them like Irish nachos. I don't know what's Irish about nachos. Them. I don't know what's Irish about them.
Because it's bad, and Irish cooking is bad. That's why it's Irish nachos.
But like, there's French fries, which are American, and nacho stuff, which is like American Mexican, but it's Irish nachos. Whatever. All right. My number 5 was one I kind of hemmed and hawed about whether it was eligible and how high I should rank it. I kind of moved it down my list. It might be like my favorite thing, but I kind of moved it down because no, you can't eat it straight.
Okay.
Like it's garlic.
It didn't occur to me as, as a vegetable. In truth.
The only time I've ever eaten it straight is sometimes like an Italian restaurant. They'll have like the roasted garlic on the table. They'll bring like for like with you. They get like the bread and the oil and stuff. And I've been to a couple Italian restaurants where they bring out like a whole head of roasted garlic. And you can like put that on with like the oil and it's amazing.
Well, also but even that, like the portion you're going to ingest is so small.
Yeah. Garlic's but garlic is a role player. Garlic's a clutch role player.
It's like a flavor to me.
But it's like I know, but it's like a vegetable.
I mean, I know
we have garlic in our house. Like there's like it's sitting in the pile of vegetables that my wife has.
Oh, we don't have vegetables that aren't frozen in my house, but if we did, we probably also would have garlic.
So like it's a vegetable, but like it's not this. That's why I lowered it. Like it's probably my favorite one because it's delicious. But like it's not. I can't give it number 1 because I'm not just gonna grab a garlic and eat it. Nobody does that. Nobody in the world does that.
But I will allow it on the list because almost everything on this list is on the list because it's better with something. It's part of a dish we like.
Yeah. Often it's better with garlic.
Yeah, except making out.
Yeah. So what's your number 5?
Green beans.
Okay. So we were pretty close there on green beans.
Yeah. They're not the most complicated, It's like the girl you date after a really serious relationship and you know that she's not the one for you, but you just need something uncomplicated. Green beans are that in the vegetable world.
Yeah,
I need some green right now. I'm saying, and in my regular life.
Yeah, they're pretty basic.
They are basic. They're the basic bitch vegetable.
Green beans. Yeah, I like it. What's your number 4?
I could only assume this is coming from you, but maybe not. It's on every sandwich, pretty much. It's in every salad, pretty much.
Oh, it's not coming from me.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Oh, tomatoes.
Yeah, I don't like tomatoes. I eat
But you
tomato
didn't-
sauce, but I don't eat tomatoes.
Yeah, but tomato sauce is like so far removed from.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like saying that garlic wings are a part of the garlic family. We can't. It doesn't work that way.
I often pick tomatoes out of salads. Or
I think sometimes in a salad, if you're doing tomatoes, I like it small. Don't give me like a quarter of a tomato on my fork.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I can handle it a little bit that way, but like I hate when you get like the full like cherry tomato in the salad. I'm not gonna eat that.
Oh, I like the cherry tomato, but I mean like not like the genetic freak cherry tomato that's like the size of a plum, but just a regular cherry tomato.
I won't bite into a cherry tomato. I won't do it. I'll sometimes allow a tomato on a salad, but a lot of times, like, you know, like you get a burger and they put like the tomato and lettuce on, like the lettuce, tomato, and onions are on the side. I don't put the tomato on the burger then.
Yeah, well, though that lettuce, tomato, and onions all suck raw and quality generally.
Yeah, it's not good.
If you're at a place that gives it to you on the side, it's not like that is like locally sourced produce or anything. It's just some bullshit. Spoken like a true wordsmith. I mean, I know. So I put tomatoes number 4.
All right.
I really think that their marriage with cheeseburgers is probably why they're high on my list.
Yeah, I'm just not a tomato guy. I sometimes run these by my wife beforehand because I was like, I don't even know vegetables. Like, what vegetables do you try to trick me into eating? And she's like, I don't even try to trick you into eating tomatoes. I know you won't eat them. So my number 4, I assume you're gonna have this one too, but I could be wrong. That's corn.
I did not have corn. Mostly an oversight, I guess. I mean, I saw it, and I don't know. I guess corn on the cob is better than like squash, so I probably should have had corn on the list. But no, it's not. It doesn't like impress me. Corn doesn't move the meter for me much.
I kind of agree with you, but I rated it higher because it's one of the only things here I'm just gonna eat. Kind of it's not like zhuzhed up that much. Like, you just corn on the cob is just corn, and I'm eating it.
Yeah, and so, I mean, also
there's a lot of butter and salt and stuff.
There's also like a good association with corn on the cob because you're probably barbecuing and you're probably outside and it's the summer.
Got a lot of meat and
4th
some
of
beer.
July. It's very American.
But the best corn is the Mexican corn.
Of course, it's the hardest working.
It doesn't get any credit.
Doesn't get any credit. And they hate that kind of corn in Arizona and Texas, and they want it to go away.
God, they hate the corn, even though it has a delicious delicious lime juice and cheese and stuff on it, like chili powder. So good. It's so good.
I have always found it funny that like that you'll meet like someone from Texas who like is super immigration, like close the borders, don't let any illegals in. But then the next thing they'll be like, you got to come down and I'll take you to some great Tex-Mex. I'm like,
it's not even Mexican. It's like the exact thing. Like, we're gonna merge it all together,
and it's populated by illegals, and that's why it tastes good.
I don't actually love Tex-Mex.
I've
Mexican food's better than Tex-Mex.
I've only had my real entry to Texas is like the Dallas airport, so I haven't even really been there. But they always talk about how great Tex-Mex is.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah, they love it. I mean, everything is great there, except their cities are terrible, poorly planned, and their education system, they're bankrupt. But you know, I mean, it's like, what a state.
I don't think they're bankrupt at all, dude.
I might have made that last part up.
I think they got a lot of money.
From all the illegal immigrants that they're not paying.
And the oil.
Yeah, that helps. Oil helps. Why Alaska's like. It's why you get paid to live in Alaska.
You get paid to live in Alaska, and it's why North Dakota is like the 4th highest like median income in the country all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, well it's its own. I mean, like it's its own economy. They're our mutual friend Danny worked at one of those situations for a while where like they find oil and hundreds of people just come into these towns that were like not really thriving or hardly existing, and then rent becomes like $4,000 a month.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, and the workers aren't paying for any of it because Amoco, which doesn't exist anymore, British Petroleum, or whoever the hell is paying for it. The whole thing is kind of crazy.
It is nuts. Yeah. So then I'll get to my number 3 then.
Yeah, after that in-depth oil discussion.
Oil talk. Number 3 is Brussels sprouts, which we talked about.
Also, 10 best gas, not to get off the rails here.
Go for
but
it.
I think 10 best gas stations could be a funny list.
Like brand? Or like specific gas stations?
Both are kind of funny, but I was thinking brand.
Because I know where the worst one in Chicago is. And it's like 50 cents more than every other gas station. I don't understand how it stays in business.
Which one is?
It's on Lincoln. Like, I don't know the exact address. It's like between Fullerton and Diversey, I want to say, on Lincoln.
Oh, yeah, because there's no gas stations over there.
And it's so expensive.
Yeah.
But you can keep going. And it's like maybe like what brand is it? Mobile, maybe. But if you go
I think it's a Shell.
No, there's a Shell over there too. It's cheaper than this Mobile.
Okay.
The Shell is the next closest gas station to this Mobile, or maybe like Marathon, one of those red, white, and blue ones. It's so bad. So yeah, Brussels sprouts was my number 3. We already talked about Brussels sprouts. You just gotta char them up and put a lot of like bacon and garlic on them, and it's good.
They are kind of the opposite of green beans in that they're layered and complex.
Yeah, I like to cut them. I like them to be cut up before I eat them. And you can get more char and cover it in more garlic and stuff that way. So, what's your number 3?
I think that you'll have this on your list upcoming, and I mean, I
only got 2 left.
I think it counts as a vegetable. I said avocado.
I didn't think of avocado. I don't know what avocado is. I mean, I know what an avocado is, but like, it didn't like cross my mind when I was thinking of vegetables. But it's probably a vegetable, right? Or like, I don't know what it is.
Well, on the Wikipedia list, it was in the fruit category and other things that we. But I would, if I was putting it in a family, I'm more inclined to say vegetable than fruit.
Yeah, I don't even know. I guess it's because it's green. It's a vegetable.
I mean, it's different than everything else. It really is.
Yeah, well, it's very different.
I mean, so you probably would have had you considered avocado eligible, put them on your list.
It might have been my number 1. I love avocados.
Yeah, I mean, they make everything better. And who doesn't love guacamole?
Yeah. It's only somebody who hasn't tried it, I feel like. Some people look at guacamole and think it looks gross and won't eat it.
Well, more for me at the parties.
Or they won't eat it because there's cilantro in it. And they're one of those people.
Yeah, that's a little aggressive.
They think like cilantro tastes like soap or something, right? Yeah. Some people think that.
Well, some people just aren't sophisticated.
All right. What's your number 2?
It's my number 2. It's my go-to topping in addition to a meat on pizza.
Okay.
Stuffed peppers. I like peppers. It's my number 2.
Oh, can you cut out? Just do your number 2.
Okay. My number 2, it's my go-to topping on pizza in addition to like a meat. I also like sausage and peppers, the dish. I like stuffed peppers. I put peppers, I guess green peppers, but green peppers and the big hollow peppers are all the same to me.
Yeah, I love peppers. They're coming up on my list. One of my next 2. They're great. But I can't tell the difference really between the different colors of like bell peppers, like green, red, yellow, orange. Can you tell the difference?
I can't. I usually default to buying green, and apparently everyone else does because when I go this is one of the fresh vegetables I buy. Like today, I'm going to go to the store, and at 5:30 it's a Sunday. At 5:30 on a Sunday, the vegetable section's a little picked over, and I'll probably end up getting like red and yellow peppers. But I can't
get
taste the difference.
I get the pack of like the small peppers that are like red, yellow, and orange. Because then, you know, they're a little smaller and they come in like a pack, and I get them that way because then if I don't have to eat like a whole pepper in a meal, right? Like, yeah, peppers are great. You can put them on anything. Stuffed peppers, you're like sausage and peppers, pizza. Yeah, peppers are good. A rare find on the veggie tray.
Italian beef.
Oh yeah, they're a rare find on the veggie tray. Always welcome though when I see it there.
Yeah, you got to cut them pretty thin for that. Just for the way, just for how you eat them there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll talk more about peppers here in a sec.
All right, well, I think you're up. So
yeah, so my number 2 is not peppers. My number 2 is onions, specifically green onions. I love green onions.
Okay.
AKA scallions, right? That's the exact same thing, I think. I like all onions, but I kind of highlighted green onion scallions because I will eat a green onion straight.
Okay.
Hold on. What? Sorry.
That's all right. Hi, Jess.
Hi. Brendan says hi.
Hi, Brendan. Sorry.
It's okay. That's fine. I had the car key, and we still haven't got a second car key yet, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just start over on.
They didn't give you one.
Yeah, I'll start over here on my number 2. Okay. So my number 2 is green onions. I kind of meant all onions, but green onions are my favorite. Scallions, same thing, right?
I think so.
I think it's just 2 different names for the same thing. I can eat green onions straight. You ever been to like a supper club up in Wisconsin when you get like the relish tray?
We go to Wisconsin. There's one we go to all the time that I love. Also has a salad cart.
Yeah,
which is great. I don't know why it's so great.
Sometimes just green onions on the relish tray, and I'll eat one. It's like on ice, like a cold green onion, and I'll just eat that thing. It's the only kind of onion that's like not too potent to kind of eat raw, and I like them because when you like use them to make stuff, like they don't make you cry when you cut them, which is great.
Yeah, that's a plus.
So like that's what I use when I like a lot of cooking stuff. For onions, but but they're good with everything, and I like green onions. They're great. My number 1, let's just get into it. We know it's peppers at this point. I didn't know how to like classify peppers because I feel like if I separated the different kinds of peppers, it would have been half my list.
Well,
like
all those peppers, all those peppers that we were talking about, we're just kind of talking about the generic pepper.
Yeah, but I also wanted to lump in like poblanos and like chili peppers and stuff.
Okay, well, yeah, okay.
But like, I didn't want to separate them out because it would have been like my whole like 5 or like half of my list would have been different kinds of peppers.
Yeah.
But like the spicy ones, I don't know about jalapeno. Like I'm not gonna eat those straight. But like poblanos, you know, like roasted peppers, like where like that like they grill them or whatever. Like chili peppers, like in New Mexico and stuff. Good as hell, man. And then poblanos too. Poblano's got like a little of that jalapeno heat, but like it's not like overpowering, and I can eat them. Though I have we have a mutual friend. Of my wife's that we both know, Christine, who can eat any spicy food, and I've just seen her eat like habanero peppers, like they were.
Yeah, that's not me. I'm just like
like they were candy.
To me, spice at some point you can't taste anything, and then I think there's a difference between spice and flavor. If you get what I'm saying, like to me, like if something's too spicy, it overwhelms everything else.
Spiciness is a kind of flavor, but if you can't handle it, if you go beyond,
I mean,
if you go beyond, it's not fun anymore, right? Like it's like you're like actually hindering everything if it's too hot for you.
Absolutely.
But I love peppers. I'll put them on anything, and I'm about to order some pizza, and there's gonna be peppers on it, like you said. Got to go like sausage, peppers, onions. I think.
Yeah, that's a lovely combination. I probably would stay away from the onions. It just takes then that third ingredient is kind of messes with the whole equilibrium to me.
I go a lot of toppings on my pizzas a lot. I worked at a pizza place like basically my whole life, kind of on and off. If like not my whole life, but like through college. And so I would just pizza. I got to the point where like regular pizzas bored me, so I would just like pile things on pizzas. But now I've like been away from that long enough that I can eat like regular pizzas again.
You're sophisticated. You're a sophisticated pizza guy.
I was like a weird sex addict who had to like get into really kinky shit to get off, but it was like just like putting a lot of stuff on my pizza.
I'll have the bondage pizza, please.
I could have had a terrible like 50 Shades of Grey moment where it was just about like eating different kinds of pizzas and like 50 Shades of Fat.
Did you get sick of eating when you worked at a pizza place? Did you get sick of eating pizza?
No, dude, I never got sick of eating pizza.
I don't know if I mean,
but I would eat weird pizzas by the end. Like I would order pizzas with just onion on it because like that's a pizza combo I haven't had. Like, let's go with the just onion pizza. Like, or like pineapples on everything. Like
yeah.
Like figure out what other things to put the pineapples on. But like pineapples are kind of good with like green onions. It's like you're eating sweet and sour chicken.
And you could probably put chicken on there too.
Yeah, like a sweet and sour chicken pizza. So what's your number one?
My number one's not on your list at all. It's something I eat almost every day. It's usually mine are frozen. It's the healthiest thing I consistently eat. It is pretty good with cheese. It is different from almost everything else that we had highly ranked because it really is kind of a standalone.
I know where you're going.
I really like it. I like broccoli.
I don't. I think the only time I really eat broccoli is in broccoli cheese soup. And that's because you can't really taste the broccoli.
Yeah, it's like very small pieces of it. And
I mean, how do you prefer it cooked or raw?
Cooked. Raw broccoli I have a real hard time with.
See, I can't eat it cooked. I could, if you made me eat broccoli, I would eat it raw, but I don't want to eat it raw either, but I cannot eat it cooked. I think it's gross.
It seems to be somewhat divisive vegetable, but for me, I've always enjoyed it.
That's good though, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a good thing to eat.
Healthy living is kind of my thing. Says the guy who didn't come home till 5 o'clock in the morning last night after not coming home till 5 o'clock in the morning the night before.
Well, that's just your sleeping schedule.
Even on this YouTube video, I look like shit right now. I probably should just eat broccoli for the next 2 days to like balance out all of my transgressions.
Yeah, no meat Monday for you.
I know it's so hard because there's cheap chicken Monday at the Jewel. I mean, too.
No, then you should eat the cheap chicken.
$4 for four big ass pieces of fried chicken, Hawaiian rolls, and 2 sides.
Can you get the roast chicken? I like the roast chicken from there.
This is for the fried.
Oh, it's only fried. They don't like let you go either way with it. I go sometimes when I go to like the Jewel thing, I'll get like some of each.
Well, because the roast chicken is, I believe it's its own chicken, right? It's not like.
Oh no, you're talking about the rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
At the Jewel by me, there's also like in that, you go to the trays, like when you go to your Jewel and you get like that meal where it's like the trays of fried chicken. There's like the potato wedges.
Yes. Yeah.
There's one of at my Jewel. There's also one of like roast like chicken like that's not fried.
Really? I don't think we have that. I'll check it out. I'll check it out tomorrow on Cheap Chicken Monday.
There's also chicken fingers in one of them at the one.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna eat that. Just get the fried chicken.
That's
be an adult
and get feel less healthy, even though it's the same exact thing.
It's probably less healthy. I don't know why, but I feel like it's probably less healthy. Chicken fingers. I feel like there's more breading somehow.
Probably less meat. Although I'll tell you, man, sometimes you got to eat a lot of white meat on Cheap Chicken Monday.
White meat?
Isn't that what chicken is?
Well, I mean, technically, right? But like, there's dark meat and white meat on a chicken.
Oh yeah, I mean, to get to the meat, you got to go through a lot of deep fry. It's like drilling for oil.
Sometimes you get like a chicken thigh, and it's just like all skin. Or the wings. Like, I don't even want them to give me a wing when I go to those things. I'm like, don't give me any of those wings.
Yeah, they're also inconvenient to eat.
Yeah,
it's like Tetris of your meal. Like, how do I get this thing in my mouth? How do I maximize the meat on it?
Yeah, you only want wings when you're actually ordering chicken wings. Don't give me wings and the rest of my fried chicken. For sure.
No, I mean me. I'd rather just have legs. Thighs are the meatiest part, I guess, but I prefer the legs.
No, legs.
You know.
That's why I
Good
said earlier last week I just cooked grilled chicken legs.
Good old drumsticks. Just give me
Yeah.
some drumsticks.
That's all I did. I had like 6 drumsticks on the grill. Let's go.
And this podcast actually did make me hungry, and it is approaching dinner time, actually. So this
Really-
kind of worked
I'm
out
really
nicely.
I'm really hungry right now. I'm gonna order pizza really soon. Hopefully, my wife has actually already ordered pizza.
Well, I think that's all we got for this week. No corrections or any interactions worth mentioning.
No, I don't.
think.
I don't think so. But we should let people know where they can reach us. If they want to get a hold of us for anything, you can email us at firstoftheworst@gmail.com. You can follow us at Twitter at firstoftheworst. You can follow Brendan on Twitter at shy_Murph, and me at Adarendas. Like we said last week, there's probably going to be a lot of bitching about LeBron James for the next 2 weeks.
Oh man, I've never been so excited to hate.
Sports hate's a great thing. It's one of the only times you're allowed to hate people.
Yeah, I mean, the University of Kansas, losing the hatred of the University of Kansas in my life, and actually getting to play them, has been really hard on me.
We still got LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically absorbing the KU blow and all of his own terribleness.
I have a LeBron, and I've somehow convinced myself that Aaron Rodgers is the devil.
It's harder with NFL. It's harder with the NBA is just so about the personality.
Oh yeah, for sure. The NBA is way more like that. Like the NBA, like I feel like of all sports, that's the sport where you feel like you know the people the best.
Yeah,
because they're like just wearing shorts and a tank top, and like you can see their faces the whole game, and like kind of see what they're saying to people, see how they act more. They're more out there. Yeah, and then hey, back to our social media garbage. You could subscribe to our podcast if you don't on iTunes. That would be great. We would really, really appreciate it if you do subscribe, if you reviewed it. Just takes 2 seconds. Also, I assume if you're listening to this, you probably like our Facebook page, but if you don't like our Facebook page, you should do that. And if you like the podcast, sharing the podcast on Facebook we'd really appreciate that.
We would very much appreciate that.
So thanks, guys. We'll probably talk to you next week.
Yes. Talk to you in a week.
All right. Later.
Bye.